My name is Kimberly Floyd, and I am the site manager at the Vance Birthplace.
My name's Dennis Owenby. I am technically maintenance here, but I wear a lot of hats. I do a lot of programming and tours and fixing things.
My name is Lauren May. I'm the assistant site manager at the Vance Birthplace.
When I was a kid, probably my favorite movie that I would watch over and over again was The Goonies.
It's a tie between Smokey and the Bandit and Star Wars. You know, I'm a child of the 70s. Smokey and the Bandit, fast cars. Star Wars, because that was just the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life at the time.
When I was a kid, I think my favorite movie was 101 Dalmatians. My brother and I used to watch it over and over and over again, and we begged our parents to get a Dalmatian puppy.
Best field trip. I vividly remember as a kid going to the North Carolina Museum of Natural Science in downtown Raleigh. It was very different than what it is now, a lot smaller, but I just really enjoyed how dark it was in there and all the dinosaurs. So that part was really cool. I liked it.
Probably Carl Sandburg when I was in elementary school. You know, the goats were cool. I've always had an attraction to old things and old buildings and things like that.
When I was in the 7th grade, we went on a really awesome field trip to see the lemurs at the Duke Primate Center. And we got to see all the different types of lemurs, and we'd all had to research them. So it was just really cool to see those animals in person that I had never seen before.
My favorite artifact at the Vance Birthplace is probably our bee box. I just think it's a really cool looking little artifact, and I had never seen one before I came here, so I've really enjoyed that artifact.
I have a few, and it's hard to narrow down. I like the clock that's in the house. It's a Seth Thomas. It has wooden gears. It kind of says a lot about households at the time and who might actually have a clock, who might not.
My favorite artifact here is a pair of shoes that was worn by Harriet McElroy on her wedding day. So her husband's name and that date of their wedding are written inside the shoes. And they were clearly really loved by Harriet, and she kept them and passed them on, and her granddaughter still had them 100 years later. So you can tell how special they were.
I have always loved history. I, as a little girl, used to go to historic sites with my grandparents and my parents, and so I've just always really liked it. So I love being able to share history with the public and also just learn new things. I like to learn new things all the time.
I like working here. Like I said, I've always had an attraction to history, old things, you know, the human aspect of what people used to do and how they used to interact with each other and how that's changed and also how that stayed the same.
I love working at the Vance Birthplace because I love history, and I love getting to share history with other people, especially kids who come on field trips and get to discover something about the past that they never knew before, or something that really makes them feel connected to that past.
Wow, there's so much to learn here, it's hard to pick one thing. So probably I would say that I want everyone who comes to the Vance Birthplace to learn that this was a plantation and that plantations existed in Western North Carolina, and that there were enslaved people here, and I want people to know their names and know about their lives.
I hope everybody learns that just because people lived, you know, a long time ago in the 1800s, it does not mean that they were less smart than we were. People had human problems just like we do. They had everyday struggles. They had everyday happiness just like we do. You know, I think there's a disconnect. People don't realize that we've always been human beings all throughout history, and we have happy times and sad times and hard times and celebrations and struggles. And we've all got things to do during the day just like they did, and learning how people interacted, I don't know, I think people are surprised by that. I like to bring the human aspect to it.
I hope that when people leave the Vance Birthplace, they've learned how connected the past is to the present, and how much what happened in places like this really affects our lives today, and how important it is to think about the past as we plan for the future.